I want to lock up Kamala and a tone down the rhetoric.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to lock up Kamala and tone down the rhetoric sign?
Yes.
Okay, so tone down the rhetoric. Okay, but then what were you saying about Kamala?
She's committed treason against our country.
Okay, there you have it.
This is one of the most informative and frankly saddest good liar stunts we've seen so far during this election cycle, giving even more proof that calls from Republicans to tone down the rhetoric are nothing but hollow, empty words, not based in reality whatsoever.
You want to lock up Kamala? Or could you want to tone down the rhetoric sign?
Yeah, that's
no.
down.
You want to lock up Kamala?
I lock up Kamala. Yeah.
Okay, not the tone down the rhetoric.
No.
Tone down the rhetoric.
See, that's the one that's a hard sell.
That's a hard sell.
Yeah.
Why is it hard?
Turn up the rhetoric.
And then you have some MAGA morons out there who don't think this rhetoric is going far enough.
Oh, there's a fly. Oh, I wonder where the fly came from. See, 2 years ago, I wouldn't have had a fly up here. You're changing rapidly, but we can't take it any longer. You got to do what you got to do. You got to get these people back where they came from. You have no choice. You're going to lose your culture. You're going to lose your country. Sir, they don't commit crimes like us. No. They make our criminals look like babies. These are stone cold killers. They'll walk into your kitchen. They'll cut your throat. Our country. She's letting in people who are going to walk into your house, break into your door, and they'll do anything they want. They'll do anything they want. These people are animals. She's released people. These people are animals. Now they'll say, oh, that's a terrible thing for him to say. No. These people are animals. These are stone cold killers. They're heartless, and they wake up the next morning and they don't even think about what they did the day before. These are real killers. They're terrorists. They're terrorists at the highest level. We have some of the greatest terrorists in the world in our country right now. We have no idea where they are. We have no idea anything about them. They could be in Iowa. They could be in Idaho. They could be here. I will liberate Wisconsin from this mass migrant invasion of murderers, rapists, hoodlums, drug dealers, thugs, and vicious gang members. We are going to liberate our country.
Just so we're 100% clear, dehumanizing immigrants using rhetoric is a deliberate, calculated decision meant to elicit a certain response out of his cult members. Trump and the Republicans want their base to perceive anyone suspected of being an immigrant or migrant not only as a second-class citizen not deserving of the same basic rights as everyone else, but also as an organized, hostile force with the sole purpose of destroying white Christian American culture. By doing so, they establish immigrants, and by extension, anyone who views them as human beings deserving of dignity and respect, as the scapegoats for all the country's problems, and therefore need to be, quote, taken care of, whether that be through policy decisions, collective harassment, and or racially and ethnically motivated acts of violence, taking a page directly out of the Big H's playbook.
We thought the tone down the rhetoric was going to be the popular one, but people wanted they're eating cats and dogs, which is kind of crazy rhetoric.
Do you want to tone down the rhetoric one?
No, she wants to.
You don't want to tone down the rhetoric one. Okay, here you go.
Tone down the rhetoric is one of them, and then we've got they're eating cats and dogs, which is the unfounded claim that Trump was saying. You want that one? The cats and you want they're eating cats and dogs? Yeah. There hasn't been any proof of that yet, but he did say it at the debate.
We're seeing the real-world impact of this rhetorical strategy played out in front of our eyes with the Haitian communities in Springfield, Ohio, and others in Pennsylvania, as well as communities across the country, like the Venezuela immigrants in Aurora, Colorado, becoming national news and the targets of violent threats, mass harassment, and depraved politicians who see the writing on the wall. And by the looks of it, we're going to be dealing with the ramifications of these lies for a long time.
The former president has said, and said it at the debate, that in Springfield, Ohio, immigrants are eating cats and dogs. That's been disproven and debunked. How do you feel about that?
Honestly, I don't like it. That's not what us Americans do. That's not how we live. We fish and stuff like that. We hunt for our food. As American, that's what we used to do. If you really need to eat food, there's homeless shelters if you want better food, like PB&J's, applesauce, stuff like that. But don't be eating our pets. I have a dog myself. I could never see someone eating him just because I care for him. He's like my brother, so.
Yeah, I understand. I'm a dog owner, but it's not happening. So are you ready to just say, let's not talk about that anymore?
Honestly, I mean, I would rather Trump talk about it because it is something we need to like stand for and say, hey, we need to address this.
Even if it's not happening?
Yeah, honestly.
Springfield, Ohio, eating cats and dogs there. Do you agree with that line of conversation, even though the people of Springfield say it isn't true?
Well, the video I seen, they didn't necessarily go it wouldn't say it wasn't true, but they have been toting geese and ducks, from what I understand. It's been on camera. They're toting the geese and ducks at the parks. I don't know nothing about eating the dogs and animals, but I do know at one time around my area, people's goats were getting stolen when a lot of migrants started coming in.
So the whole eating cats and dogs situation, it may not specifically be cats and dogs, but they are, and there have been police reports of them eating geese from the local population, and they're geese native to Springfield, Ohio, are being, it's on a steadily decline.
So we should be paying attention to that, but he's talking about cats and dogs, right?
So in the Haitian culture, they do actually sacrifice the cats and dogs as animals. They'll grind their bones up and then they'll eat them. So
but that's not happening in Springfield, right?
I mean, you never know. You never know.
Well, I mean, the chief of police there, and we respect our law enforcement, the city manager, and the people have now marched saying this isn't happening here. And they're so at this point, should we stop talking about it? I mean, I'm asking you, should we stop talking about something that's been proven to not be?
It's 100% proven. I'm not from there, so I can't speak on their behalf.
This thing about in Springfield, Ohio, that people are talking about eating cats and dogs, yeah. Do you believe that?
You know, if you do your research and you take a look at, you can get on TikTok, any kind of social media platforms, you're going to see the actual people and what's going on there. So I'm not going to say what my opinion is. I'm going to say go do your own research.
Well, the research that has been, the mayor of that town, the manager, the chief of police, they've all said it's fiction.
Well, let's just talk about that some more, because different cultures do different things. There's nothing against that. But when they come here, they don't know that we don't think that that's appropriate. You know
right,
what I mean?
But it's not happening. I agree that different cultures do different things, but when people say it's not happening, the people aren't eating cats and dogs.
Well, they're taking the ducks out. We've already gotten that proof. We've got some proof of some things happening. I'm not here to say it has or hasn't happened. I'm saying that different cultures do different things. And, they're coming here, they're new. They don't know. So we can educate them. I'm all about immigration and doing it the right way, okay? But if people are saying that there's things that are hurting them, in their communities, we need to really think about that.
If they didn't get the dogs, they probably got the ducks. These people that are there, they have a different lifestyle, and they're bringing it into our country, and they're not going to assimilate. They go out, they hunt for their food. So they may disprove it about the cat or the dog, but
the chief of police there, the city manager, the townspeople all marched. They said, these are our neighbors and friends, and there's no problem here.
Well, if they want...
the police chief said it, right?
Well, the police chief's going to, it depends on his stance, he's going to cover up whatever. I don't believe hardly anything that comes across.
Even with the police?
A lot of them, no. There are a lot of good police out there, but there's a lot of them that'll sell you down the river in a heartbeat.
When everybody says Trump lies, they never give an example of a lie. Does he exaggerate sometimes? Absolutely. That's what he does. He speaks in superlatives.
Well, let's talk about
there's a difference between lies and superlatives.
Let's talk about then, one of the recent chats about cats and dogs in Springfield, Ohio, right? Yeah. What do you love about it?
The memes and the songs that came out of it are hilarious. I haven't belly laughed that hard, tears streaming down my face until I heard some of these songs.
But again, it's not true, according to the people in Springfield.
What? It doesn't matter whether it's true. It is just how the American people can take what somebody's trying to do to manipulate their emotions and turn it into something funny. Nobody really cares whether they're eating the dogs and the cats except the owners of the dogs and the cats in the area. What we do care about is unfettered illegal immigration coming across our border with people who can't speak our language, do not know our laws, do not care to assimilate. That's what we care about. So do we make jokes out of it? Yes. But it's about the illegals.
If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.